All right, so we are at the very end of the Unit 8 Notes Part 2. This will be the last video, and the final concept that we have is over diffraction. So we've learned about reflection, which is mirrors, and we've learned about refraction, which is the bending of light as it passes from one medium to another. So now we have the concept of diffraction, and while it sounds very similar and it has to do with light, it is a different concept. So diffraction happens when light waves have the ability to bend around a barrier or the edges of an opening. This process is called diffraction. The amount of bending depends on the size of the wavelength in comparison to the size of the opening. If the opening is significantly larger than the light's wavelength, the bend is almost unnoticeable. If the size of the opening is less than or close to the wavelength of the light wave, the bending is easily seen with the unaided eye. So you can observe diffraction at home. Barely open the door between a dark room and a well-lit room. If you look at the floor from the dark room, you will see the beam of light becomes wider. This is because some of the light bends as it travels around the edge of the door. So here are some pictures to show the diffraction of light through a wider opening, through a narrow opening, how it really spreads, or as it goes around a corner. To see diffraction, look at the back of a CD or DVD. The closely spaced tracks on the CD or DVD act as a diffraction grating to form the familiar rainbow pattern seen when looking at the disc. Diffraction can also be seen as sunlight shines through the clouds or sound waves bend around a wall. And you may have seen that like on a sunny day when there's clouds and the sunlight beams through those clouds. Like you have here in Figure 1, it sort of looks heavenly with the sunlight shining through. Or this student coming around the corner, the radio is playing, and they would be able to hear the sound. This is a diagram of that, where the sound waves will bend around the corner and the student can hear the radio. And then this is a dark room and a door is cracked, and you can see the diffraction of light happening on the floor of the dark room where the light beams are shining in. Okay, so on the next page we have a review activity. And it says, looking at the image to the right, describe what is taking place for each of the wave phenomena. Include an example for each. So look at the first one, transmission. So in transmission, you can see that the wave is going to pass straight through the object. So look at transmission right here. The wave passes straight through the object. Transmit means to pass straight through. So for transmission, wave passes straight through the object, and that would be like light coming through a clear window for transmission. Now when we look at reflection, that would be when light hits a surface and bounces off for reflection. And of course, our immediate example for reflection is always going to be a mirror or any shiny surface for reflection. When the wave bounces off of an object, and with this one we were talking about light specifically, but of course if we have sound reflection, do you remember what that is called? That would be an echo. So for reflection, wave bounces off of an object, and that would be a mirror. Now, for refraction, the wave passes through the new medium, but because it passes from one medium to another, it's going to slow down, and that's going to cause it to bend. When we have the word refraction, we have to have that bending of the wave. So for refraction, the wave bends as it passes through one medium to another. And examples for refraction would be a prism and also how a rainbow is made. Rainbows are made through the process of refraction. We'll have a bell ringer where we talk about how rainbows are made through the little rain droplets refracting the light. The little raindrops act like prisms in the sky. All right, with diffraction, we have the wave spreads as it passes through. Here's the narrow opening, so it's going to spread out. So for diffraction, you should have written the wave spreads as it passes through a narrow opening. And our example for diffraction would be sound coming out of a speaker. You can have a speaker set up in the corner of a classroom, but it will spread to fill the entire room. A student can sit anywhere in that classroom and be able to hear the music playing out of that speaker. Now look at absorption. I always think back of like putting lotion on your skin for absorption. Absorption means that the wave is soaked into the medium. Nothing comes out. And our example for absorption would be black paper. Black paper is going to absorb the light. And last, for scattering, look at the picture up here for scattering. The light hits the object and it scatters everywhere. It spreads everywhere. So our example for scattering is a fun example. It's going to be a disco ball. Very 70s example. So the wave hits an object and bounces off in all directions. It scatters. And that would be like light hitting a disco ball, making all that sparkly light all over the dance floor. All right, number 2. It says, list the order of the process through which we see. Fill in the blanks with the words below. Okay, so pause the video and go ahead and do this yourself. And then once you've done that, you'll use this video to check your work. All right, so the first process that light passes through is the cornea, then the iris and the pupil. Remember that the pupil is the tiny hole. The iris is the colored part of the eye that controls the pupil. Then right behind the pupil, we have the convex lens that focuses the light. We have the screen at the back of the eye, the retina. That's where the cones and the rods are located. And the optic nerve is connected to the retina, and the optic nerve takes that upside down image to the brain, where the brain then interprets it. And that's the process through which we see. All right, the last one, it says, in the space below, draw how the tree would look past the focal point of the lens. So that is a convex lens. It's going to focus the light, but the part to remember is once we go past that focal point, that tree is no longer upright. That tree is inverted. And inverted is just a fancy word for upside down. So the top of the tree becomes the bottom, and the trunk of the tree, the bottom of the tree, past the focal point, becomes the top. Okay, so that is going to finish us off. You'll work on the lesson review questions with your teacher, the multiple choice, and let us know if you have any questions about diffraction or these review activities.